We might on occasion ask, what's your 5-year plan? Or where do you plan to be in 5 years kind of thing? And that would be good to tell all to what drive a person has in an aggressive career path pursuit, or if in fact they just want to get together with a team and have good culture and with a good company, good mission statement. Hello, I'm Kathy Brehmer and I'm the lead technology recruiter at Spectrum, and I am going to review a bit about Spectrum's application and interview process. If you have applied to a position, every recruiter will make sure that they are reviewing each resume themselves and to identify with what skills align best to what they know of the position. And if your resume is aligned, we will send the resume over to the hiring manager for review. And if they note that you are aligned, then we'll go ahead and set up the initial phone screen with the recruiter. The recruiter will set up a time to have a conversation with the candidate, and those conversations are typically informal and just to kind of get to know the background of the person. I might ask, the basic questions, but then of course, some of the most important would be what's your top criteria. It could be the work environment, it could be the type of culture, the team, the career growth, then a follow-up interview with maybe a panel of developers if it's a more technical role, then to deliver on technical questions. In these kind of interviews, by the way, it would be advantageous if the candidate would ask questions themselves that are important around the particular technologies or how they approach a particular strategy or deliver. Finally, on the interview piece, there might be a final interview that would be with the leader or the product owners and cross-functional teams. So you have a chance to identify with the folks of whom you'd be working, and then of course they would as well. The life experience does also contribute to our evaluation of a candidate. Life learning lessons do contribute to who we become. There are always these opportunities where we learn from our mistakes and we provide process improvement and building on relationships. Therefore, we do look at the transferable skills in our interview process. Those are certain factors that would come into play in consideration alongside the skills and the experience. That if there was opportunity, there might be some more junior level folks who apply to positions that we do have hiring managers who would offer the opportunity to interview and deliver on how their work and life experiences or studies have applied to maybe where they can be a great asset to the roles of which they are interviewing. So you have wrapped up the interview, and I'm sure you are relieved and think that you're wrapping up the day, but I would say and recommend that you reach out to each of those folks of whom interviewed you and pull up their LinkedIn profiles and send them a quick thank you note there, or follow up via email. I would recommend the delivery in those thank you notes to be anything from a quick thank you to include a quick elaboration on something mentioned in the interview process. That being said, just making it something personal and also making sure that you are expressing your enthusiasm for the role. I think this goes miles, and I would recommend doing that within the first 24 hours of your interview, just to keep it fresh. So life happens in and out of employment, right? And I think as far as it relates to gaps in your resume, I think it's always best to be very transparent and honest about the situation. So if you opted to leave your place of employment and take a couple months off to go travel and decompress and then rethink life, then so be it. I think it's just, bottom line, always important that you offer a reason for your departure of a place of employment. It's always just very nice when people are transparent and honest about their situation. And I think the key is to fill in the gaps and let them know of your story versus adding their own story or applying their own story to the circumstance, which might not be as much of a positive spin. Spectrum is a company who makes a stand for diversity and inclusion, and we've got programs and resources available for our employees. We offer a lot of business resource groups that support the various communities, and we are also out there in the community supporting different efforts. Certainly we look for folks at all levels, and the underrepresented community would certainly be one that we would really try to draw more talent in and give that opportunity. So thank you very much for watching, and we do hope that you visit Spectrum and maybe see you in the halls of Spectrum at some point soon. I would just highly recommend to enjoy the journey on the way, and best of luck to you.